Alright, so we're back to the only game that allows everyone to experience the testicle boiling heat of Florida through the power of lasers. It's Universe Sandbox 2. This is Florida. Florida Man exists because we've taken stupidity and we've added zeros at the end of it until we got tired. Universe Sandbox is the same way. If you add zeros at the end of something, the result gets better and better until it reaches into the realm of dumb. But today, we're doing something different with lasers. Normally, I would put a bunch of zeros at the end of the wattage of the laser so that it would become more powerful. But thanks to the power of science, there's a way to do this by putting zeros on the other side of the decimal place. Over to the laser tool, damn it. Over here we have what our good friend Donald Palpatine calls the Galactic Empire Super Laser. It can do bad things to the Earth because it generates a lot of power. But something that lasers always do is the radius starts out at 1 meter. I think that if we bring the radius down to a point where the zeros overshadow everything else in this game before the decimal place, we can actually burn the Earth down with a regular red laser pointer. Real quick though, someone was complaining about it being very cold over in Russia, so there. Alright, I may have overdone it just a little bit. Oh Okay, yeah, welcome to New Russia. It's still just as cold, but it's half the calories. Alright, so using a ton of wattage is fine, but I want to get as low as possible and still be able to burn down the Earth because Universe Sandbox has no limitations on whether or not something is mathematically possible, and we're going to use that to our advantage. So the interstellar propulsion laser is like the very first laser where you can actually, you know, do something about this damnable water that takes up most of our space. If you go over to the most powerful continuous laser, however, it just doesn't have the balls to make it work. But that's at 1 meter. What would happen if we brought it down to, say, 1 centimeter? Interesting. You get a perfectly square detonation right in the middle of the water. It's like a flat screen TV got burned into our Earth. It's so perfect you can take out just the one thing you want to in this world. I'm sorry, Newark. Hold on, where did you go? If you were sitting on the surface of the Earth, somewhat near, you know, Miami in the distance, you would get to see this. I always knew this was true. Radius is like the Viagra of lasers. We're already getting somewhere on the most continuous laser. I have a feeling that if we get it smaller and smaller, we will actually be able to burn something on the planet with a red laser pointer. I am kind of interested though about how a 1 centimeter laser creates a gigantic radius of molten sadness. Florida Man invented edible 6-pack beer holders. You need to buy those today. Otherwise, the polar ice caps will have this crap happening to them. Oh. I think I screwed up the ice caps a lot more than I previously thought. For a moment there, the frames per second were getting really bad. It's because the entirety of the ice of Earth is turning into a giant plume of steam sperm. You may be saying to yourself, Gray, what is steam sperm? Science! Don't worry everyone, we have a brand new Earth to experiment on with a slightly lower powered laser. This is vegan Earth. Vegan Earth is a lot like normal Earth, except it's less flammable. Alright, we're trying the Athena 2017. Let's see if we can make it so that it backhands Earth like the Earth slept with its sister. Alright, 1 meter, obviously not gonna do anything. Okay, how about 1 centimeter? Alright, it's oh, okay, I was gonna say it's looking pretty limp, but it can actually cut through ice and cloud cover. All right, so 1 centimeter will do it, but it'll take forever. How about 1 millimeter? I clicked for 1 second and this entire, like, map changed. Okay, yeah, this here definitely works. If you have a super strong sense of masochism and a lot of time, like me, you can actually get part of the Earth to burn. You have to just sit in the same spot forever. It's kind of like an ant under a magnifying glass, except the Earth gives you a really apathetic stop. Right, 1/10 of a millimeter. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. All right, you gotta give me 1 second here. I'm just, you know, kind of like laser removal surgerying Florida from the rest of the United States. This way we can just make our own rules down here. I went like 100 years into the future just to see what would happen after the world cooled down from me lasering the shit out of Florida. Absolutely nothing. It's like cancer. There's no way to get rid of it. All right, let's just add a bunch of zeros. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Okay. Well, you know, skipping an extra 2 decimal places does a lot. You know, like a billion degrees Celsius a lot. And we're gonna add a ton more zeros. But this means that we can legitimately do LASIK. All right, we're not even at like a full watt at this point. At least I think that's true. My knowledge of lasers is pretty limited. Limited, like I went on the internet and I looked up lasers. All right, 1/10 millimeter LASIK. Can it do anything? Right now I'm doing this and the Earth is like, Gray, I don't have health insurance. Earth, it doesn't matter if everyone's dead. All right, 1/10 of a millimeter is no good. Japan, it's really unfortunate that you showed up right when I added another 0. This is interesting. Japan doesn't die a normal death. Instead, the water around it gets slightly more pissed off. I just wanted to draw an unhappy face, but because I put it at the top of this like gigantic frozen area here, it just looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man just found out that his whole family died in a car crash. Don't worry, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, we're gonna avenge your family with more zeros. Yeah, Earth, go ahead and spin real fast. There we go. Don't you worry, I'm giving you 20/20 vision right now. This definitely doesn't cause enough destruction. More zeros. Ah, our old friend, the E has shown up. That's good. There's a really good chance that when I click on the Earth now, it will immediately vaporize. I was wrong. Never mind. It just took a second. Now we're cooking, like literally cooking. I'd like to take a moment to mention that after, you know, creating an environment when there's 1.5 billion degrees Celsius on the Earth and all of the land masses have turned into dead wastelands, there's still green on Australia somehow. What demons have you sacrificed souls to Australia? How can this be? In case you're wondering, the Earth did indeed retire. And by retire, I mean it turned into a vapor of tears and regrets. The 136 degrees Celsius surface temperature of Mercury is looking really hospitable at this point. All right, we're doing this. We're going for the red laser pointer. At 1 meter, it has a total power of 0.001. I can start at 1 millimeter, but I don't think that we're going to get anywhere. God, I can't even melt through this Frappuccino froth if I keep the laser in the same place. All right, I've got a lot of zeros before the 1 in the millimeter at this point. It should do... Oh, shit. Whoop. All right, well, we definitely know that this amount of zeros is planet ending. I'm sorry, I just need to know what happens if I add this many zeros. All right, game. Let me have it. You know, it's actually not that bad. I was expecting the game to break immediately, but instead it just makes things look really cool. Okay, so... I don't know how I did this, but I just created a negative radius. What the hell does that even mean? What the hell happens if you use a laser with a negative radius? Does it... What the hell? Is something happening? It's like the Earth became brighter. Like everyone's failures were immediately lifted from the Earth. What happened? How about if I make it much bigger? I mean, I don't think it does anything. Never mind, it totally does something. It removes all color from the Earth and completely destroys its density. All you have to do is show zeros a minus symbol and the zeros are like, finally a worthy opponent. All right, I've got like 173 zeros before my millimeter. I'm using the red laser pointer wattage amount at this point. It should do a lot. Like even just 1 second should do pretty bad. Huh, this is interesting. Before it would, you know, turn Earth into dust, but now it's just like I'm splooging silly string all over the Earth. Okay, real quick, I typed some things in, and the number that came up here is positive infinity. I've never seen that before. It wasn't normally at least it's a number or an E, but this one's actually called positive infinity. What the hell does an infinite laser do? I feel like I have to slow this down so I don't miss it. Okay. Positive infinity powered laser. I don't know. I don't see anything different. I don't know, maybe if it was bigger? No, nothing. Can you get like, can you get more than positive infinity? Unfortunately, positive infinity was a lie. However, this many zeros in the millimeter is exactly what you're looking for to make the Earth glow a beautiful blue color before immediately elevating the temperature to 2.5 billion degrees Celsius. I like how the entire Earth has turned into like a supernova cotton ball, and somewhere in like someone's mini fridge, there's one can of beer that's somehow still at negative 75.7 degrees Celsius minimum temperature. Clearly this means it needs more zeros. Enjoy your icy beverage, you bastard. So knowing that we can focus the laser to ridiculous amounts by decreasing the amount of a millimeter as much as possible and also increasing the amount of wattage as much as possible, I want to do both and see if I can quickly get my laser through 150 Earths. I had to position lock all of these goddamn Earths because if I don't, they'll all start smashing into one another and destroying my processor. I mean, not like shooting 150 Earths with a laser isn't going to destroy my processor, but you know what I mean. So you take your laser, you go to millimeters, you put a 0, you hold it down, you eventually put a 1 in, over here to power, type in a stupid number. There we go. Actually, 18 is rookie numbers, more than that. There we go, 69, that's better. All right, frontal Earth, you will lead the apocalypse of 150 Earths that will meet their fate at the end of a cat laser pointer that is turned up to 11. I'm gonna call you Speed Bump Earth because you're about to get run over. All right, now I wanted to test this real quick. So I just hit this Earth for like as fast as I could humanly hit my mouse. Now we'll see. Yeah. Oh my God, okay, real quick, I think that parts of the sadness of the souls from the first Earth hit the second Earth. I didn't do this. It's incredible. The particulates from the Earth are being ejaculated so quickly that they're destroying the Earth behind it. Let me go ahead and hold down slightly on the laser and see what happens. Watching the lives of 150 Earths end in the distance is so satisfying. That sounds so bad. It's fine, don't think about all the torture and the death, just think about all the pretty colors. Something that's kind of cool is that the death happens so fast that all that's left is 150 Earths, except for like, you know, every once in a while, one little piece, is all these after images. Okay, 150 Earths again, but this time I'm gonna try and make the laser so big that I can hit all of the Earths at once. So instead of having a tiny laser, yeah, we'll have a laser the size of a million Milky Ways. Yes! Might as well hit these two while I'm at it. It's like a giant neon sign. If I had more Earths and more processing power, I would make this spell out, "Don't come to our galaxy." I want to make sure I get every single planet over here. Even the sad little moons and stuff. So I kind of want to know what's going to happen to these Earths, but I have to slow time down because I have a feeling we're not going to be able to catch it with the human eye if I keep things moving like normal. Okay, here we go. Oh, Lord in heaven, what the hell just happened? Okay, I've got good news. All the Earths are still here. Now, yes, they are starting to vaporize, but you can still see them. All right, now if you click... Oh. What is this number? Got 8 FPS. We've reached a hell of a surface temperature. Let me try and speed things up. I don't even know if I'll be able to. Okay. I think that some of the Earths are slowly dissipating. There we go. There's the lesser Earths. The lesser beings are... All right. So we're left with one single Earth out of 150 of them. I just want to take this opportunity to mention as well that Australia is still fine. I like how Australia is like 3.5 billion degrees Celsius. That just gets extra char on the steak. Well, in between hitting the Earth with a laser like 1 bajillionth of a millimeter or hitting it with a laser 1 million times the size of the Milky Way, I think I prefer 1 million times the size of the Milky Way. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of Universe Sandbox 2. Until next time, stay foxy and much love.